Hey, what is going on, guys? John here, and today we're going to be doing a comparison between the iPhone 6s versus the iPhone 12. Now, the thing special about these two is that the iPhone 6s is the oldest device capable of running iOS 14, and then we have the iPhone 12 here, which ships factory with iOS 14. Now, this is going to be one of the largest jumps. There's years in between both of them. We're going to be able to see exactly how the CPU performs, how about the limited RAM supports on the iPhone 6s running iOS 14 versus the iPhone 12 over here. Now, you guys know that the iPhone 12 has the A14 chip inside, and that is amazing. We're gonna go ahead and just jump into GeekBench here really quickly just to give you guys perspective of exactly what is inside of both of these devices. So just taking a closer look here, we have it running on iOS 14.2 with the A9 running at 1.85 gigahertz. Now, there is 2 gigs of RAM underneath here, so this is not bad of a device. If you guys can remember, the 6 stands for speed in the end. So we're gonna set this down real quick and just take a look at the iPhone 12. Now, with the iPhone 12 here, it is known that the Pro version does have 6 gigs. However, this one only has 4 gigs of RAM. However, it is running iOS 14.1 with an ARM 2.99 gigahertz processor. So we're gonna do it a little bit differently this time. We're gonna start out with the raw specs with the GeekBench score, and then we'll go into app launching and Safari web browsing. So let's go ahead and click CPU test on both of them and see what kind of scores we do end up with. And I'll try to speed up the video for you guys so you wouldn't have to sit here just watching both of it run. Alright, so we are just about done here with the iPhone 12. Let's just hold it up and check out the score. So we have 6667 for the single core score and 17269 for the multi. This is incredibly fast. If you guys don't know, anything prior to this has scores hundreds or thousands less. Even compared to the 813 processor, is insanely quick. And if you guys even compare this to MacBooks nowadays and PCs, the score is so quick, and this is the reason why Apple is planning with the Apple Silicon, putting it inside of the upcoming MacBooks. But anyways, we're gonna pull both of them up here and let's just take a look at their scores. So as expected, you guys can see thousands in between both of them. We have 2571 and we have 4495. We're looking at 3 to 4 times the speed, and this is expected. Obviously 2 gigs of RAM doesn't really make a difference, but it is the CPU. We're running an A9 versus an A14. So let's see if all of this equates to real world testing and see how quick both of them actually perform. So we are going to be launching the same apps on both devices at the exact same time. You guys can put aside bandwidth because we are running a gigabit bandwidth internet right now, so it should be pretty fair. We're gonna set this down really quickly and then we're gonna jump straight into the app loading test. Alright, so we're gonna start off with some typical just stock apps, and then we're gonna move over to some of the third-party apps. So we're gonna go ahead here with Apple TV. Much quicker on the iPhone 12 versus the iPhone 6s, but you know, 6s is not doing too bad either. Let's load up the App Store. Yeah, not bad either. We're looking roughly about 1 second behind. And it actually seems like the iPhone 6s beat out the iPhone 12 here. And it could be just because the night mode got activated on the iPhone 12, which is not available on the 6s. Let's go for one more thing here on the stock apps. We're going to load for the Maps. 1, 2, 3. So Maps obviously loaded much quicker on the iPhone 12 versus the iPhone 6s, and it seems it has something to do with just more intensive in the background. We're going to go ahead and just go back to the home screen here, and let's go for some third-party apps. So we do have a couple kids game on here as well as some other intensive apps, so let's go ahead and start off with Spotify. Alright, so Spotify definitely loaded a lot quicker on the iPhone 12. Let's try out Tesla. So there, we do have it loaded first on the iPhone 12. Let's try out this game right over here called Among Us. So what I've been noticing is the iPhone 6s with the A9 processor is not that bad, guys. You're not going to really notice a difference in terms of loading if you didn't have it side by side with another device. That's something really important to note, that you're paying like $1,000 more for pretty much the exact same thing. Well, obviously things do load up a second quicker, but keep in mind, guys, I was expecting like seconds and seconds in between, like at least 5 to 10 seconds, but I guess Apple had done such a good job optimizing it that you can't really tell. So let's go ahead with the next one here. We're going to launch up Uno. Alright, we'll give the iPhone 6s a head start and see if the iPhone 12 even catches up. And it definitely does. Look at this. So I actually launched up the iPhone 6s, a second or two quicker, and it still launched up quicker on the iPhone 12. So there it goes to show the speed is amazing. Let's go for splice. Alright, the iPhone 12 as well. And guys, I know this video is really stupid saying that the iPhone 12 versus the iPhone 6s and expecting the 6s to win. All I'm saying is the 6s is still very good even in 2020. That is even catching up to the iPhone 12. I think it has to do with the optimization of iOS 14. So if you guys have an iPhone 6s and you guys haven't updated yet, thinking that iOS 14 will ruin your devices, you guys are wrong. Just update your devices as soon as possible. It's so much quicker. Let's go ahead and open New York Times cooking. 1, 2, 3. And it immediately opens on the iPhone 12. Let's jump on to the next one. And right here with the limited RAM on the iPhone 6s, it's already starting to show. Alright, so it seems like both of them have already loaded up. So the iPhone 12 obviously took it there. We're going to launch up one more thing here. We're going to launch up Google Maps and take a look. Alright, so Google Maps obviously loaded up a lot quicker on the iPhone 12 here. So let's run it down a couple more things here, and then we're going to get just a recap of everything. We're going to right quickly jump into Safari. I do have a couple things pre-loaded up here. So let's go for apple.com. And obviously loaded up very quick there. Let's go for some of the other more intensive things. We do know that Sun Spider is one of those things that will check for JavaScript loading. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the start button, and we'll start them both at the exact same time. Now with JavaScript loading here, you guys can definitely check it on your own devices, but the smaller the time, the better it is. It just shows you exactly how many milliseconds it takes to load up a web page. So we have 89.8 milliseconds here, whereas this one I'm expecting upwards of 200. So it would take at least 200 milliseconds to render an entire JavaScript web page. Let's do one more thing inside Safari here. Let's do one more intensive. I usually go for the HTML5 here, and I guess I've already done the test, and it came out with the exact same score. So HTML5 doesn't really make a difference with the iPhone 12 versus the iPhone 6s. They all load exactly the same time. So there you guys go. The test between both of these devices. I know it's not very scientific, and I know there's a lot of things missing, but this should be it for this quick little comparison. If you guys enjoyed it and you guys want anything else between these two devices, make sure you guys drop it in the comments below. That's where I'll be able to answer you guys, maybe through a video or at least in the comments itself. But one more thing, let's just check out Siri and then the boot down test before we end it, just so it covers most of the things. Let's hold the side button and the home button. What time is it? So even then, the iPhone 12 beats out at least like few milliseconds ahead of the iPhone 6s. So let's go ahead and just boot down the devices. The same method as we always do. We hold both of the buttons down until it shows us the slider, and 1, 2, 3, we let go. And maybe there will be a slider, maybe there isn't. Usually there's a little loading bar, but it seems like both of them have already shut down. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that subscribe, that bell notification. And guys, once again, peace out.